So, if I'm gonna be honest right now, I have been wanting to make this video for a long time, honestly, but this game that I'm gonna be talking about is a video game that I've just been super addicted to. Every time that I think I'm ready to make a video about what I love about this video game, I find something different that I can play in this video game, and I just find myself glued to the screen playing this video game for hours and hours just because I have so much fun playing it. And the game that I'm talking about is Sonic Racing Crossworlds. The very first thing that I want to talk about, what I loved about Sonic Racing Crossworlds, is that right when I opened the game and opened the case, there was a little poster of the game, like what goes on through the game through the title screen. So even that was cool. Thank you, Sega, for including a little poster of the game. That's awesome. So this game has been out for I think like either 1 or 2 months now, but I remember even before it came out, or when it first came out, people on YouTube were saying that this game completely destroys Mario Kart World, the best Sonic racing game that has ever been made. And when I finally got the chance to play it, I have to say, they were 100% correct. Even with the opening title, it is something of a masterpiece. I mean, with Mario Kart World, all you get is like this cool like bluegrass music playing in the background, and then it pans over to like this desert with a little traffic, and then Mario comes riding in his little go-kart. But that's basically it. But with Sonic Kart Racers, it is 100% so much better. I mean, it is so cool how you got all these racers that are introduced, and he's racing the weapons that they can use. They got Amy throwing that weapon to slice cars, and then you got what's going to be going on through these tracks as he races through the game. All these characters like Sonic, he's like flying through the squids area, tentacle battleship area, which is awesome. You got Knuckles through this airplane area. You got Shadow in this space fireplace, and they all cross the finish line as they race towards it. It not only is it an amazing game even at the beginning, but through and through, it just beats Mario Kart World hands down. What I love is the roster of this game. Yeah, like, it's got 24 racers, but they're different racers. Like, with Mario Kart World, it's like, I believe it's like a 12 or maybe a 24 roster, maybe more, but I don't think it really should count because it's just the same characters over and over again, only when they eat something that they get a new costume. But at the end of the day, it's the same character. Just Mario wearing a baseball cap or a Hawaiian shirt, but it's still Mario. But with the roster in Sonic Crossworlds, you got characters from old games from the very first Sonic racing game. You got like Jet, you got Storm, you got Wave, you got Zaz, you got Savok, you got Shadow, and then you got characters from new games like even Sage from Sonic Frontiers. She's a racer in this, which is awesome. Also, you got the classics like Tails, Knuckles, Rouge, Amy, Cream. It's just got Big the Cat, even Big the Cat as a racer. That is awesome. And of course, you got Eggman, his robot followers. It's just, Sega took all these characters from past and recent Sonic games and had them come together in this racing game, and it is super fun. I love the roster in this. Even though it's super simple, it's super enjoyable. So after you choose what character you want from the racer, Sega for this game took a piece from Mario Kart 8, which was fun, that you actually get to choose what cart you want your character to have. And even there's points where you get to build your own cart. Like there's a screen where you can go to where you can customize your own vehicle. You can choose what, like, how you want the front of the car to look, how you want the back of the car to look, what colors you want the interior in, what you want the exterior to look like, what type of wheels you want for the car, and then you can choose either a hoverboard for your character, or you can choose a normal type car, and each vehicle is based on like speed, power, just like how fast you want it, what kind of strength that you want to have against other players. And it's awesome that you can choose not a motorcycle but a hoverboard, which in my opinion is 100% cooler than a motorcycle. Though it would have been cool if Shadow had been given his motorcycle. That would have been awesome. But it's cool to play as to have the option to play as a hoverboard through these races, and to choose the colors and the wheels, basically choose everything with a vehicle modification. That was awesome. What I love about the races too is that it's like 6 Grand Prix with different trophies. Each Grand Prix is like 3 races. Well, technically 4. Because each race, once you finish the 3, the 4th round is going like through a loop through each of the laps, through each of the places you've already been. But a ring appears as you do a lap, and then you're in another area. Like, for example, you can be in this frozen wonderland or this museum, and then you could appear out into this giant field with colorful flowers, like you're in Germany or you're in the streets of Italy. It is super cool. And each of those areas that you are transported to throughout the game, it counts as 1 lap. So it's really like you're crossing around the entire world. Like you're racing a lap in each location. And it feels like you're actually exploring the world as you're doing these laps. These races are so much fun, especially how the characters come into the races as they all come in through like these different portals. So it's something like Avengers Endgame, how they're each coming out through these rings. It's super cool. And plus you can take on these little challenges, and these characters will like trash talk each other at the beginning of the race, like, oh, don't get this. Like, if you do choose to be like Rouge and Shadow, Rouge will be like, oh, don't get distracted, handsome. I hope you can handle at least 2nd place. And Shadow will just be like, shut up, Rouge. It's time to race. We don't have time for a friendly chat. It's awesome! And there's just like trash talk that goes on through the game. How if you attack one character with your weapon, like Shadow will be like, ha! Too slow, Silver! Try harder! And Silver will just be like, this isn't over yet, Shadow! The race is still going on! It's just awesome. I love that the characters communicate through the races. I love that they communicate with each other before and at the end of the races. It's just so much fun. The thing that I loved the most was the unplanned journey in the races. I mean, going on through this one racing area, and then you can, depending on what place you're in, if you're in 1st place, you can choose what track you're gonna go through halfway through the track that you're on. And some of my favorite tracks are the Cronus Island from Sonic Frontiers. There's also Sonic Frontiers when Sonic goes into cyberspace. That's an area. There's also an area from Sonic, I believe it's Sonic Colors, when he's out in space in the amusement park where you're riding along that rainbow path. There's an area like that. There's also an area that's out in outer space where you're dodging these fire-breathing monsters, which is awesome. And there's also like the Boom Boos which are like these really creepy ghosts. There's this whole Halloween themed racing area where it's like a haunted mansion, their very own haunted mansion. And there's even an invisible road that you can take and just flying through the track. There's a part of the track near the end where it's a giant pumpkin where you can go off a ramp and go through that pumpkin. It has a super spooky feeling to it, like it's perfect for Halloween racing, even perfect anytime. It has a great vibe to it. All of the areas have a great vibe to it. Just the tracks in this are so much fun. There's also one where it's like this dragon area where like there's this phoenix that's like all technicolor and purple, and there's this Antarctica area where you're like driving in this Icelandic area, and in space there's these like technicolor whales jumping around, the sea life going on all around you. It's super fun. I also love how there's like this side quest objective in each of these areas. Like, as you go on through the races, you collect rings, and it's not really similar to how Mario Kart was, where when you got coins you can unlock cars and stuff. But with this, once you collect rings, the faster you go. But also, there's these giant red rings that you try to collect 5 of them. And at the end of each race, there's these tickets that you can use, that you gather up, and you can use to like upgrade the speed of your car or upgrade different car parts to increase the power that your vehicle can have. It's super cool. Also, I do like from the original Sonic Team Racing how the wisps are, again, items that you can get. Like, the blue ones, they're the power boost. If you're in, like, last place, you can use the yellow one for the drill. There's also other weapons, which are kind of, like, similar to Mario Kart. There's a green boxing glove, which is like the green shell. It can go anywhere. I can't really aim them to save my lives, but like the green shell, I can actually once in a while hit someone. There's also, like, bombs you can get. And what I really hate though is that there's a weapon a person can use that can release this one big boo and it'll smash you, which is awful because it's like the blue shell, like, and they'll use it right at the end of the finish line, so that's hard. There's also, like, the squidding. Someone can use a weapon that'll spray green slime onto your screen. It's just so cool. Some areas, like, you'll be airborne and your vehicle will digitally get wings put onto it, or you'll go into water and it'll automatically become a boat digitally. It's really cool how much thought Sega put into this. You can tell they had a lot of fun with it. Also, once you do the Grand Prix, I mentioned this earlier, but like with the trash talking who your opponent's gonna be, you can choose who it's going to be, either a level up or the same level you are, and it depends on what level you choose. The faster everyone else goes and the harder it is to be able to place first. And that's what I do like about this game. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is a game based on skill with the racing game. I mean, it doesn't matter if you come in first place in this game. How in Mario Kart, every Mario Kart, depending how well you placed, like first, second, third to 8th, depending on how well you place in that, you'll be placed in that place in the next race. But with Sonic Crossworlds, say you finish in first place, it doesn't matter. You're gonna be sent to the back in last place when the race starts. So you gotta use your skills and just be really smart with how you create your vehicle so you can win in each race in first place. It's cool. I love that Sega took into account that this is a game that's gonna be based on skill and not just luck like Mario Kart is. So, one of my favorite things is the way that the game kind of evolves as it goes on. Like, there's a Grand Prix where you're going through a museum, and like, going through these laps, you can go through one of these rings where you're just like going through this dinosaur jungle, which again is one of my favorite areas. It's really cool to see these dinosaurs chasing after the racers. But then once you finish that lap and you go back into the museum, once you start in the museum, like everything there is just like frozen, just like a normal museum. But in the last lap there, everything's alive. Like everything is moving. There's a plane that has its motor running. There's a boat that is going around the area. There are statues of dinosaurs that are moving around. And with this, it totally gave me Night at the Museum feelings. When Ben Stiller first finds the dinosaur chasing after him to play fetch, I totally got that vibe from going around the museum race. It was super fun. So once you beat all the side characters in what level you want to do it, and if you get to the very top level and you beat that character at level 10, you unlock Super Sonic, which is honestly kind of a cheat character. I mean, if you want the game to be super easy, just go with him, because weapons don't affect him at all. He can get hit by a red boxing glove, that won't affect him. He could get hit by one of the sawing blades that will saw anybody else's vehicle in half. It'll like stop halfway through and burn out and just fizzle away. It's just, he can't be hurt in supersonic mode, which is a super cheat, but still, it's super fun to play as Supersonic. Just to have the feeling that you can go through the race without getting injured and have a super fun time doing it. So there's also parts of the game where, depending on how well you do, like there's points you can earn for these gears that you can add on to your vehicle. Like there's gears that'll allow you to be able to power up to drift faster, get more powerful drifts, or to start the race with a certain item. And there are certain race areas, race courses through this game that are really, really useful. Like there's this water park forest area, which is one of my favorite areas to go through. Super fun because it's super fast through the entire thing, because it's just basically this water slide, but it's super fun to go through, to collect these rings and everything, and to be able to drift through the water. Super fun. But yeah, it's cool to know what gear is best to use with what vehicle, and what character would be best to use with what vehicle, and what gear would be best for that character to use on that vehicle to make them more powerful than the other racers, so that they can always have a good advantage in the race. And what I love about it is that there are 3 modes similar to Mario Kart. How there's like 50, 100, 150, and then like 200. And with this, it's like normal, super speed, sonic speed, and supersonic speed. I always play the game on normal because I suck at video games. And even at normal, it was kind of hard. I did try Sonic Speed, and after like 2 races, I went back to normal because it's really fast. So if you like super fast racing games, definitely check out Sonic Crossworlds, because it's not a disappointment if you like games like that. So yeah. This game was amazing. I love the roster of choosing so many different characters. Part of the reason that it took so long for me playing this game is that it's amazing to be able to choose all these characters, like play as Sonic or Shadow or Blaze the Cat, and just play on this random track and go through this ring like Sonic does in the very first Sonic movie, and he transports to this new area. And one area that made me laugh was like, it's a casino-like area, which is awesome because you got these poker chips that are lined along the track that you can crash into if you're not careful. But my ultimate favorite area had to be in outer space, because it was just cool to be able to play a Shadow or Jet and to be able to just fly through space, avoiding these fire creatures, and to be able to just have fun, just drifting through this animal's skeleton like rib cage and avoiding these fire attacks from other creatures. Super fun. So in terms of enjoyment, I completely agree. Sonic Crossworlds completely destroys Mario Kart World. Like, I feel like Nintendo was rushed with Mario Kart World. Like, maybe they were gonna have a lot of things planned for it. Like, I feel if you're gonna put World, yeah, Mario and the others, they do race through the world, but I feel like they could take a page from Sonic Crossworlds and, like, have warp pipes. Like, they could choose this one track, and they would go on this jump, take a nosedive into the warp pipe, and it could be a callback to the other Mario games. Like, they could do a race around Delfino Plaza and end up in Super Mario 1996. Like racing around the castle, or in one of those worlds like Bob-omb Battlefield or Snow Mountain or whatever. That would have been awesome. I feel like the workers there, they might have been planning to do something like that, but Eiji Aonuma and Shigeru Miyamoto, they were just like, alright guys, we got the Nintendo 2 Switch ready, so hurry up with this game. We're going to be shipping it out in a couple months. So I feel like they were rushed. If Nintendo had waited to release the Switch 2 in like December, I feel like Mario Kart World could have been a much better game. They could have done a lot more with it, but it is what it is in the end. Anyway, if I would have to choose of a good racing game between Mario Kart World and Sonic Crossworlds, I would take Sonic Crossworlds any day. Anyway guys, that's all I got for you. Great racing game for you, your friends, you, your kids, or you just by yourself to play. If you got nothing to do, definitely check Sonic Crossworlds if you haven't played it yet. I definitely recommend getting it to play it on PS5 or on Nintendo Switch. Plus, the Nintendo Switch 2 version is coming out too, so that's awesome. But if you don't want to wait, you can always just grab the Switch version already. Anyway, that's what I got for you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you next time.